are solitary or colonial in nature, and usually they are attached to various stones or the shells of other animals like mollusks, as well as the wood pieces which are present in the oceans or sea. And because of their attachment to the substratum, they are called as the sessile animals. Right. So you can be asked to define what is the meaning of the word sessile, or you can be asked what is cosmopolitan or solitary जब आपका final exam होगा. And most important characteristics is that most of these sponges or poriferans are the marine animals. That means they live in either sea or ocean. Right? So salt water में ये ज़्यादा रहते हैं. And only few species has been reported in case of the fresh water. If you look at the structure of the body, it is majorly a tube-like or cylindrical in nature, as well as it can be a flask or a cup-like in shape. All right. And as you can see in the last figure, I have shown that they are such beautifully colored organisms, or they have the bright colored body. All right. And some of the sponges, because of their symbiosis, okay, or the association with the other organism, that is called a symbiosis, in which both are benefited. For example, in case of algae, they gives the green appearance. So the algae, because they are green, they are photosynthetic. That's why these sponges, although they are not colored in some cases, but they appear green because of the presence of the algae on them. All right. And why algae can grow on them? Because they are sessile animals. They are stationary. So it is easy for algae to grow on these organisms or the animals. If you look at the symmetry or the body division, you can see that most of the sponges, because they are branched and they are not symmetrical, they are called as they are asymmetrical animals. All right. So no symmetry is present. While some of them show radial symmetrical. All right. So radial symmetry is present in some of the sponges. When you look at the distribution of the organization, they exhibit the cellular grade of organization. That means the body is divided into certain specialized cells. All right. However, there is no organ system or an organ formation in case of these sponges. Okay. So cellular तो हैं, but there is no relationship between the two cells. That means, unlike in our case or in a higher vertebrates or lower vertebrates, what you can see that the two cells communicate and form a tissue. So tissue level of organization is not there, और tissue के बाद organ बनता है. So all these relations are not present in case of these sponges. And if you can look at this structure on the right side, that is the basic diagram for how the sponge look like. All right. So there is an opening called as the osculum, which is present at the top, और ये आप उसका mouth भी कह सकते हैं. Then there are numerous pores that are called as the ostia. All right. And in between these two structures, that means osculum और ये जो pores के बीच में, there is a hollow cavity. All right. And this hollow cavity is called as the spongiocele. तो जैसे हमारे केस में क्या होती है, वो होती है, we have the body cavity. All right. So like that, in the case of the sponges, the body cavity is actually called as the spongiocele. All right. And there is a mucus-filled cell here. You can see that is called as the mesohyl. So we will discuss these everything in the coming slide. So if you look at the body wall, that is consists of two layers. That is the outer layer and the inner layer. So जो yellow से दिखाई गई है outer layer, वो आपकी that will be called as the outer layer, and जो red color से दिखाई गई है, that is the inner layer. Okay. So always remember that the spongiocele is covered or it is surrounded by the inner layer of the poriferans. All right. So the two types of layers, as I have discussed, the outer layer is called as the pinacoderm, and the inner layer is called as the choanoderm. All right. So pinacoderm is the covering of the outer layer of the body, and it covers the lining of the some internal cavities as well. All right. And mainly the internal cavity is present in the canal system or the aquiferous water system. एक्वा वाटर से जो वर्ड बना है, तो वाटर कैनाल सिस्टम इसके अंदर प्रेजेंट होता है. So that has the lining, which is made up of these pinacoderms. All right. And these pinacoderm have the flattened cells which are called as the pinacocytes. तो मैं next slide में दिखाऊंगा कि कैसे cells arranged हैं. अभी आप बस terms देख लीजिए. So these flattened cells which are present inside the pinacoderm are called as the pinacocytes, and these pinacocytes have the various pores. Okay, so they are the uh, cells which they surround the pores in case of the poriferans. All right, and these pores bearing cells are called as the porocytes. जैसे नाम है वैसे ही उसका function भी है, covering of pores. And the porocytes then extend into the spongiocele. तो आप simply देख सकते हैं कि ये वाला जो cell है that will be called as the porocyte cell. Then if you look at the inner layer, which is called as the choanoderm, it is composed of the cell called as the choanocytes. तो जहां भी word sites आएगा, that means they are the cells. And again, it helps in the pulling of the water. And because of these choanocytes, the water is pulled inside the body of the sponges. तो ये देख रहे हैं आप water का movement through the ostium, and again it is coming out through the osculum. All right. So if you look at more in the detail here, the structure, and if you take the example of only this part, okay, and look at the magnified image which is shown here, you can see that there is the pinacoderm, okay, and there is the choanoderm. All right. So you can see here that pinacocyte is present. All right. So these are the pinacocytes, these yellow structures. All right. And then these, because they are covering the outer body, they have the preventive effect. Okay. So they protect the sponges. Then you can see here the choanocytes, that is these red square shaped cells are labeled as the choanocytes, and they generate the current through the beating of these flagella. The flagellar structures are present which helps in beating, and the water is pulled up. All right. And if you can look again here, that there are certain specialized cells which are labeled here. For example, lymphocytes, all right, oocytes, then there is amoebocytes, as well as the sclerocytes. Okay. So the functions of all these cells is that the lymphocytes is mainly present because they secrete the collagen. All right. Then sclerocytes, they secrete the spicules, the silica for the spicules. तो spicule formation हम देखा था, siliceous होते हैं. तो सिलिका का जो secretion होगा, that is done through these sclerocytes cells. Right. Amoebocytes, as the name suggests, कि अमीबा का क्या काम होता है, mainly to engulf the food pseudopodia में. तो ऐसे ही इसमें क्या है कि the nutrient part, that means the ingestion part of or driving the nutrition is through these amoebocytes. All right. Then porocytes, जो मैंने बताया था कि they will cover the pores. तो ये pore है आपका through which the water can enter, and these are surrounded by specialized cells that are called as the porocytes. All right. And oocytes, as the name suggests, it is the egg cell. So these are the various type of cells which are present inside the poriferum. So between the pinacoderm and the choanoderm, that is the outer and the inner layer, a gelatinous matrix is present, that is called as the mesohyme. तो ये जो आपको मैट्रिक्स नजर आ रहा होगा, डॉटेड स्ट्रक्चर, साइटोप्लाज्म नहीं है, दैट इज अ जिलेटिनस स्ट्रक्चर. और जिलेटिन कौन सिक्रीट करता है, या कोलेजन जो कौन सिक्रीट करता है, दैट इज द lymphocytes. These mesohyles have the various types of cell. तो यहाँ पे जो भी cells present है हमने यहाँ देख लिए, sclerocytes हैं, spongocytes हैं, archaeocytes हैं. Spongocytes हमने नहीं डिस्कस किए. So spongocytes basically they produce the fibrous part, that is the spongin fiber. All right. So the spicules can either be fibrous or they can be siliceous. So in case of the spongocytes, they produce the spongin fibers. And again, ये हमने डिस्कस किया था प्रैक्टिकल क्लास में. There are specialized cells called as the archaeocytes. कोई बताएगा archaeocytes हमने किस प्रैक्टिकल में देखा था, कहाँ पे प्रेजेंट था? मारूफ? आर्क्योसाइट्स वर प्रेजेंट इन किसके केस में बताया था? जेम्यूल्स के केस में नहीं बताया था, है ना, याद आ गया? तो जेम्यूल्स के केस में जो है आर्क्योसाइट्स प्रेजेंट थे. दीज आर दी टोटिपोटेंट सेल्स. दैट मीन्स दे कैन गिव राइज टू एनी अदर टाइप ऑफ सेल्स. So any other type of cells means either they can transform into amoebocytes, they can transform into sclerocytes, they can transform into pinacocytes. So depending upon the need, they can transform into any of the type of cells. तो यहाँ पे इसीलिए आर्क्योसाइट्स हमने लेबल नहीं किया. So they are just like the, मैंने क्या बताया था, they are just like the stem cells. Okay. So again, if you look at this structure, you can see there is a body cavity. Okay, and you can see that has been labeled as spongiocele. Okay, so it is sometimes also called as the atrium. And again, it opens through an opening called as the osculum. And the major function of the ostium and the osculum, along with the spongiocele, is the movement of water in and out of the sponge. All right. So the water enters through the ostia and leaves through the osculum, thereby generating a current inside the organism. All right. And that is through a system called as the canal system, water canal system, or the aquiferous system. All right. And if you look at the what is the function of this aquiferous or the canal system, it performs a number of functions. All right. So first important function is through the ingestion of this water or the coming of the water inside the body, it also brings the food with it. All right. So first important function is the nutritional part. So the food is brought inside through this ostia, and that is acquired by the amoebocytes. So ये जो cell present है, they acquire this food and they can trap this and further process it. Then another thing that occurs through this canal system is the respiratory exchange as well as the excretion process. So all these things are regulated. This is very important as far as the sponges are concerned, that they are having three basic body types. Okay. तो आपने कमेंट्स में भी लिखा होगा कि sometimes they are asconoid, they are cyconoids, or they are leuconoids. So what are basically these three body types? Just look at this diagram here on the bottom of the screen. You can clearly see that asconoids, they are basically the flask shaped or the cylindrical shape. All right. And they have a hollow cavity that is called as the spongiocele. All right. All these conocytes और जो भी आपके पिनाकोसाइट्स हैं, ये सब वही प्रेजेंट होंगे, इसमें भी होंगे और दूसरे सेल्स में, दूसरे भी टाइप्स में होंगे. But what the important part is that they have a large central cavity, that is the spongiocele, which is present. And again, the flagellar movement brings the water inside it. That means inside the through the ostium into the spongiocele. All right. And these conocytes can also act as the filter. All right. So they don't want everything to enter inside. So they will act as the filter of various nutrients as well as the microorganisms. All right. Coming to the next important type of the body type, that is called as the cycanoid type. In the cycanoid type, it is majorly similar to the asconoid type, but the difference is that the spongiocele is little narrower and the covering, that is the body, is actually quite thicker. All right. So there are a lot of convolutions, or you can say there are a lot of bending which is occurring here, and you can clearly see that the spongiocele has been reduced, or the space has been reduced because of the convolutions or these all right. Okay, so the body is quite thicker and it is more complex than the asconoids, and they contain again the conocyte lined radial canals which empty into the spongiocele, just like the asconoid. And you can remember that the cycanoids, they are developed, or during the developmental phase they pass through the asconoid stage. So one of the stage during the development of the cycanoid will always be ascanoid. तो पहले ascanoid बनेगा, उसके बाद उसके अंदर ये सारे modifications होंगे, body cavity will be reduced and spongiocele का lumen छोटा हो जाएगा यहाँ पर, and that will be called as the cycanoid. All right. If you look at the third one, which is the most complex, you can say, or the final type of the developmental stage, here you can see that this is called as the leuconoid stage. Okay, so the leuconoid sponges, they don't have any spongiocele. The spongiocele is completely absent. Right? Rather, they have the flagellated chambers there. Right? So there are these chambers which are flagellated, and these containing, again, they are the conocytes. They are present, and the conocytes then can have a role in the movement of water through these leuconoids. All right. So based upon the presence and the shape of the spongioceles, these sponges have three basic body types: ascanoid, cycanoid, and the leuconoid. All right. So as I discussed, the important structure, which is the most important structure of the system in case of the poriferans, is the water canal system or the aquiferous system. And also, because of the presence of the archaeocytes, they are highly totipotent in nature. So the cells, and they are highly totipotent, and major function of most of the cells is the contribution to the water canal system or the aquiferous system. So you have to remember this also. As far as the mesohylar exoskeleton is concerned, so you have seen that some of the sponges, they were covered with spicules, okay, or they were covered with the spongin fibers. So they can be, exoskeleton can either be inorganic type or they can be proteinaceous. All right. So inorganic or calcareous, that is made up of the calcium, or made up of the spongin fibers, which are proteins. And you can see that we have also seen in case of the practical exercise that based on the number of axes as well as the number of rays, the spicules can be identified or they can be named. All right. And as you can see that based on the number of axes, you can call them as monoaxon, triaxon, or tetraxon, or you can call them monoactinal, hexactinal, or tetraactinal based on the presence of the rays. All right. And if you look at the mode of nutrition, as I have already told, that these conocytes, they act as the filters also. So they are the suspension feeders or filter feeders. They filter their food and simply feed them. All right. And the digestion is intracellular. Always remember that it is not intercellular, it is intracellular digestion. Then, as you have seen that amoebocytes were present, and the conocytes, they engulf the food particles and they provide these or transfer these particles to the amoebocytes. Okay, and then these are passed to the archaeocytes or the amoebocytes for the final digestion. So archaeocytes किसमें transform हो जाएंगे? Amoebocytes में transform हो जाएंगे. And these and after digestion, the excretion is mainly in the form of ammonia and other waste, and which is again simply diffused out of the body. All right. So simple diffusion takes place, and अब देखो एक को एक्सेप्ट करो ना, पर सभी को एक्सेप्ट करना पड़ता है बार बार. रहीम बहुत जल्दी आ गए आप क्लास में. रहीम आवाज आ रही है मेरी?
यस सर.
जी, कितने बजे से क्लास थी?
सर 9:50.
अब क्या बज रहा है? 10:15 हो रहे हैं अब.
यस सर, सॉरी सर.
आज तो मैंने अलाउ कर दिया है, मैं अलाउ करता नहीं हूँ, पूरा डिस्टर्बेंस हो जाता है यार क्लास में. अब देखो तुम आए हो तो और लोग भी आ रहे हैं, अब इनको भी करना पड़ेगा सबको.
ठीक है सर.
चलिए. I was telling that excretion is mainly in the form of the ammonia, all right, as well as the gaseous exchange or respiratory process that occurs through simple diffusion. All right, so it simply diffuses out of the body into the external environment. और external environment क्या है वहाँ पर? Water है. तो इसीलिए जो है they are ammonotelic. Okay, so ammonia is excreted out. As far as the osmoregulation is present, Because they are present in the marine conditions, mostly in the marine conditions, osmoregulation play a very vital role. Okay, so it is not like fresh water में नहीं होगा, fresh water में भी होगा, but because the presence of a lot of salts and minerals in case of the marine water, the role of the osmoregulation system become very important in case of the marine animals. And these have the specialized cells again, which are like in case of the protozoans as well, the contractile vacuoles. So these contractile vacuoles are the specialized organelles which helps them in the osmoregulation, that is maintaining the body salt balance inside the body. Right. As far as the nervous system is concerned, there are no nervous cells or sensory cells specialized for function in case of the poriferans. You will never find a nerve or neurons in case of these poriferans. Rather, they have a very primitive type of nervous system. All right. So the nervous system, they can contain certain bipolar and multipolar cells. I hope you know what bipolar and multipolar means. That they have poles. Okay, so they can transmit the impulse from one cell to another through these poles, and they can form a network. So actual neurons or the specialized cells are absent, but they have certain primitive types of cells which bipolar and multipolar, they are in the structure, and they helps in the transfer of the signal. All right, and but they are very sensitive. They are very sensory. All right, so they can sense these environmental stimuli because or through the water canal system. All right. So the movement through the water canal system or the closure and opening of the osculum. अब water canal system कहाँ से regulate होगा? उसमें सबसे ज़्यादा important point क्या है? Osculum. अगर आप osculum close कर देंगे, your whole system will shut down. So the water canal system or the aquifer system can be regulated by the closure and opening of the osculum. So the sponges are very, very sensitive, and they can respond to our stimuli by the closure of the osculum. As far as the asexual means of reproduction is concerned, it is mainly by three major forms. Either the body can get fragmented. Okay, so a small part of the body can develop into the complete organism. Another type of reproduction is called as the budding, in which the buds are formed and the buds can mature into the adult forms. All right. And finally, in case of the harsh conditions, or in case of the condition when the conditions are not favorable, these sponges they reproduce by the formation of the gemmules. तो हमने practical class में देखा था कि gemmule formation is not a very common process. Rather, it only takes place during the harsh conditions or the unfavorable conditions. So unfavorable conditions क्या होंगी? कि जैसे अगर water का temperature बहुत ज़्यादा rise हो गया, या फिर it is the pond has become dried, और the salt water जो है उसका osmolarity बहुत ज़्यादा increase हो गई. So all these conditions could lead to the formation of the gemmules, and when the conditions become favorable, they can again germinate. और कौन से cells involved है? Archaeocytes. Always remember that. Okay, so sponges have the great capability to regenerate, and they can regenerate from the small, even the smallest of fragment can generate a viable adult. So viable means it can again reproduce either by fragmentation, budding, or again any other means. All right, so fresh water as well as a few marine sponges, they produce gemmules, and which remain dormant mainly during the winter stage as well as in the various unfavorable and other conditions. All right. If you look at the type of larval stages, you can see that there are four major types of there are four major types of larvae which are present in case of these sponges, and I have taken the representative images of each type. So the first one is basically the Coeloblastula larva. In this, you can see that there is a hollow region there. Okay. and this is also called as the holoblastula. तो जैसे hollow का मतलब क्या होता है, खाली. So you can see here there is a white cavity there, and that is called as the coeloblastula or the holoblastula with the cells which are flagellated. So you can see the outer layer is covered with the flagellum. All right, or they can be amphiblastula. Amphiblastula means the blastula which is made up of two major types of cells. All right, so they have the coeloblastular space as well as the non-flagellated cells. So the coeloblastula, जहाँ पे आपको blastocele और the bud यहाँ पे cavity नजर आ रही है, you can see here that these cells they possess these flagellar structures, and on the bottom side you can see there are certain cells which are known as the macromeres. You can see here, and there is no flagella present on them. So because of the presence of two major types of cells, it is known as the amphiblastula larva. All right, so it has the coenoblastula with the flagellated and the non-flagellated cells, both are present. Then you look at the parenchyma or the parenchyma. ठीक है, तो कुछ लोग parenchyma बुक में मिल जाएगा, कहीं कहीं parenchyma मिलता है, तो म्यूला और मेला में सेम ही है, समझ आ गया. So it is a solid blastula which have only the flagellated cells, and they are present over the outer structure. You can see here that no blastocele is present, cavity कोई भी नहीं है यहाँ पर, ठीक है. So that is the parenchyma or parenchyma larva. Solid होगा ये, no cavity will be there, और इसमें जो है outer cell they will be covered with the flagellar structure. Right, outer layer. अच्छा, दूसरे में भी यही है सेम, कि solid blastula है, no sorry, fourth one में again there is no cavity there, but there is the presence of flagellated cells only at the equator region. तो अगर आपको याद हो ग्लोब, इक्वेटर रीजन क्या होती है, इक्वेटर लाइन पासिंग थ्रू द मिडल ऑफ द ग्लोब, और पोल्स होंगे एंड पे. तो इसमें और इसमें क्या डिफरेंस है, यहाँ पर बॉडी के इक्वेटर और पोलर रीजन पे दोनों पे आपके फ्लैजिला प्रेजेंट होंगे पैरेन्काइमेला में, और ट्राइकेमेला में क्या होगा, कि ओनली एट द इक्वेटोरियल रीजन, दैट मीन्स ओनली एट द मिडल पार्ट ऑफ द लार्वा देयर विल बी फ्लैजिला प्रेजेंट. ऑलराइट, सो वेरी इजी टू रिमेंबर. पहले दो आपके थे सीलोब्लास्टुला और एम्फीब्लास्टुला. ये आपकी ब्लास्टोसील प्रेजेंट था दोनों के, इसमें बहुत वाइड ब्लास्टोसील था, फ्लैजिलर सेल्स थे. एम्फीब्लास्टुला में फ्लैजिलर सेल्स थे, नॉन फ्लैजिलर सेल्स भी थे, मगर ब्लास्टोसील प्रेजेंट थी फ्लैजिलर पार्ट में. पैरेन्काइमुला में नो ब्लास्टोसील and the outer body surface is covered with the outer layer is covered with the flagellar cells. But in case of trichomela, what is there, the equatorial region is covered with the cells which is the flagellar cells, while there is no blastocele present. All right, if you look at the mode of reproduction, it is majorly hermaphrodite. Okay, so hermaphrodite का मतलब क्या होता है, they have both the sexes, male and the female gonads are present. The spermatozoa arises from the choanocytes and eggs are from the archaeocytes or the oocytes. All right, and fertilization can either be cross or internal. अब hermaphrodite है तो उसमें internal fertilization भी हो सकता है, जिसको हम कहते हैं self fertilization. The male spermatozoa can fertilize the eggs of the same individual. सेल्फिंग हो जाती है, ठीक है, दैट इज कॉल्ड एज दी सेल्फ फर्टिलाइजेशन और इंटरनल फर्टिलाइजेशन. दूसरा क्या है, क्रॉस फर्टिलाइजेशन. क्रॉस मींस वन ऑफ द इंडिविजुअल विल प्रोड्यूस द मेल गोनैड्स एंड अनदर गैमीट्स एंड द अदर विल प्रोड्यूस द फीमेल गैमीट्स. तो एक जो है स्पर्मेटोजोआ बनाएगा, दूसरा बनाएगा आपका एग्स. ऑलराइट, एंड दैट इज कॉल्ड एज द क्रॉस फर्टिलाइजेशन. एंड देन हाउ दिस क्रॉस फर्टिलाइजेशन अकर, the spermatozoa are taken into the aquiferous system, that is the water canal system, that into the either individual neighboring cells or into the different organism itself. Alright, and the choanocytes helps them to transfer to the eggs in the mesohyle. ठीक है, तो mesohyle में ये आपका ट्रांसफर हो जाएगा. बस इसकी क्लासिफिकेशन बहुत ही ईजी है, और मेरे ख्याल से अभी तक जितनी भी क्लासिफिकेशन आपने पढ़ी होंगी बीएससी फर्स्ट ईयर में, उन सबसे ईजीएस्ट क्लासिफिकेशन इज ऑफ द फाइलम फ्लोरीफेरा. देयर आर ओनली 3 क्लासेस, कैलकेरिया, हेक्सेन एक्टिनिलिडा और डेस्मोस्पोंजिया. ठीक है, तो फर्स्ट इज कैलकेरिया. जैसा कि नाम भी बता रहा है आपको, कैलकेरियस वर्ड से बना है, दैट मीन्स लाइमी. ओके, तो दे लुक लाइमी इन स्ट्रक्चर. या तो देखिए आपको नीचे नजर आ रहा होगा, ट्रांसलूसेंट स्ट्रक्चर्स आर प्रेजेंट. ओके, और ये येलोइश है, बट अगेन इट हैज अ लाइमी अपीयरेंस. सो दीज स्पंजेस आर टिपिकली वेरी स्मॉल. ओके, दे आर नॉट वेरी लार्ज, मिलीमीटर्स में इनकी लेंथ होती है. Okay, and maybe they can reach up to few centimeters. They are exclusively marine. You will never find a calcarea in the fresh water. Okay, and in the aquatic environment, in the oceans and the sea, you will find these organisms in the shallow water, and that is the major differentiating character between this class and the another class, that is Hexen actinida. ठीक है ना, इसके अंदर मराइन होते हैं, मगर ये डीप वाटर्स में मिलेंगे आपको. और कैलकेरिया में आपको they are marine again, but they are present in the shallow water. So always remember this point. Then again, as the name suggests, that calcarea are made up of the calcareous spines or the spicules. So the calcareous spicules are present. अगर आप इसको magnified image देखेंगे, तो under the electron microscope, you will find that the body is covered with the spicules, which are calcareous in nature. All right. And if you look at the body, it is majorly cylindrical in shape. Okay, and or it is vase-like. And you can see here that both type of their organization is present. That means they can either form colonies like this in case of the Leucosolenia, or they can remain in isolation here, as in case of the Clathrina. So आपने दूसरा भी पढ़ा होगा, साइफा और साइकन. ऑलराइट, सो साइफा और साइकन भी कैलकेरिया क्लास में आता है. ऑलराइट, एज फार एज द बॉडी ऑर्गेनाइजेशन इज कंसर्न, इट इज हैविंग ऑल द 3 टाइप्स. इसके अंदर आपको मिल जाएंगे, एस्केनॉइड टाइप भी मिल जाएंगे, साइकेनॉइड टाइप भी मिल जाएंगे, ल्यूकेनॉइड टाइप भी मिल जाएंगे. सो दिस इज बेसिकली द एस्केनॉइड टाइप ऑफ बॉडी. ऑलराइट, देन the developmental include the Coeloblastula as well as the Amphiblastula larva. तो 2 मेजर लार्वल फॉर्म्स इसके अंदर मिलेंगी. वन इज दी सीलोब्लास्टुला, मैंने बताया था. सीलोब्लास्टुला में क्या होगा, बॉडी का जो है ब्लास्टोसील प्रेजेंट होगा, और बॉडी विल बी कवर्ड विद दी फ्लैजिला, और दे हैव दी एम्फीब्लास्टुला लार्वा. तो फर्स्ट 2 टाइप जो है ये किस में आ जाएगी, क्लास कैलकेरिया में. याद रखिएगा. एग्जाम्पल, साइकन या साइफा, Clathrina or Leucosolenia. So Leucosolenia is nothing but it is it is looking like a translucent structure. It is called as the translucent chimney or translucent chimney poriferans. Okay, or sponges. Chimney की तरह ही लग रहा है आपको. So that's why it is called as the transparent chimney sponge. Second class is Hex actinellida. In Hex actinellida, you can clearly remember these 2 ऑर्गेनिज्म. ये वाला कौन सा है, लेफ्ट साइड वाला,
यूप्लेक्टेला.
यूप्लेक्टेला. और राइट वाला
हेलोनिमा.
वेरी गुड. ठीक है ना. तो ये मैंने आपको क्लास में भी दिखाए थे, प्रैक्टिकल एक्सरसाइज में, कि दीज आर दी ग्लास स्पंजेस. ओके, बिकॉज देयर बॉडी इज कवर्ड विद सिलिशियस स्पीक्यूल्स. ओके, सिलिका डिपॉजिट हो जाता है. So first important characteristic, they are called as the glass sponges. All right, they are of moderate size. Okay, अब देख लीजिए आप कितना बड़ा ये आपका सिलेंडर है, अच्छा खासा 10 से 12 सेंटीमीटर का होगा ये, and that is wholly covered. Okay, और यूप्लेक्टेला का साइज तो इवन इट कैन रीच अप टू 15 to 20 और 30 सेंटीमीटर तक लॉन्ग हो सकते हैं. So they are the sponges of moderate size. Okay, unlike the calcarea, they are again exclusively marine. You will not find, अगर आप पॉन्ड में चले जाएंगे या रिवर में चले जाएंगे, you will not find Euplectella or Halonema there. Okay, you have to search them in the deep oceans, okay, or seas. और oceans और sea में भी मैंने क्या बताया, deep water में होंगे. They will be in the benthic zone. All right. If you look at the skeleton, it is covered with 6 red siliceous spicules. So 6 किससे वर्ड बना है? हेक्स। तो हेक्सा जो वर्ड आया वो यहाँ से आया है। हेक्सा एक्टिनलिडा यानी कि 6 रेड होती हैं आपकी जो सिलिशियस स्पीक्यूल्स हैं। अगेन यू लुक एट द बॉडी, इट इज इन द वास शेप, ओके, और द अर्न शेप हो सकती है, कप लाइक स्ट्रक्चर भी हो सकता है। सो दैट इज द मेजर बॉडी शेप। देन अगेन दे कैन फॉर्म कॉलोनीज और दे कैन लिव इन आइसोलेशन, सॉलिटरी भी होते हैं। इसके अंदर जो लार्वा होता है दैट इज द फोर्थ टाइप ऑफ लार्वा, दैट इज द ट्राइकेमेला लार्वा। ये वाला जो लार्वा है फोर्थ वन, ओके। दी अब कैसे पहचानेंगे? ब्लास्टोसील एब्सेंट होगी, ऑलराइट, और द इक्वेटोरियल रीजन विल कवर दी फ्लैजुलर स्ट्रक्चर, ओके। तो इक्वेटोरियल रीजन पे जो सेल्स हैं दे विल हैव द फ्लैजुलर स्ट्रक्चर ओनली, यू कैन से दैट दिस इज द ट्राइकेमेला लार्वा। तो ये स्पेशलिटी किसकी हो गई क्लास की? हेक्सेन एक्टिनलिडा की, ठीक है। एग्जाम्पल दोनों मैंने बता दिए। यूप्लेक्टिला लेफ्ट हैंड में, जिसको हम क्या, दूसरा नाम क्या है इसका कॉमन नेम? यूप्लेक्टिला का कॉमन नेम क्या है?
सी पेन।
सी पेन थोड़ी है इसका नाम। दिस इज कॉल्ड एज दी, नहीं समझ आ रहा मुझे, क्या क्या कहते हैं? कहाँ पे काम आता है ये? गिफ्ट नहीं करते थे? वीनस फ्लावर बास्केट नहीं पड़ा था? नहीं आ रहा, चलिए कोई बात नहीं, ठीक है। और ये आपका है
वेडिंग में गिफ्ट देते हैं कहीं,
वेडिंग में गिफ्ट देते हैं, ठीक है, जापान में। तो दैट इज दी वीनस फ्लावर बास्केट, ओके। चलिए, लास्ट क्लास इज डेस्मोस्पोंजिया, ठीक है। और डेस्मोस्पोंजी कह सकते हैं आप इसको। दे आर दी लार्जेस्ट इन दी साइज, ओके। सो दिस क्लास हैव दी लार्ज साइज ऑर्गेनिज्म। और डेस्मोस का क्या मतलब होता है? फ्रेम, ओके। और स्पॉन्जियोस तो स्पंजिस से बना है वर्ड। तो दे हैव अ वेरी लार्ज फ्रेम, अ बॉडी इज क्वाइट लार्ज। दे आर अगेन मेराइन, ओके, बट दे आर ऑल्सो प्रेजेंट इन दी फ्रेश वाटर। तो दोनों इसमें जो थर्ड क्लास है डेस्मोस्पोंजी, इसके अंदर आपको दोनों मिल जाएंगे, आपको मेराइन में भी मिल जाएंगे और आपको ये फ्रेश वाटर में भी मिल जाएंगे। अच्छा, ब्रेकिश वाटर क्या होता है? व्हाट इज ब्रेकिश वाटर? जहां दोनों वाटर मिलते हैं वो उसको क्या बोलते हैं? नहीं आ रहा
सर सॉल्टी वाटर।
हाँ, सॉल्टी वाटर और जहाँ फ्रेश वाटर मिलते हैं उस रीजन को ब्रेकिश रीजन कहते हैं। सो दे कैन बी फाउंड एवरीवेयर इन दी एवरी टाइप ऑफ एक्वेटिक एनवायरनमेंट। मेराइन में भी होंगे, ब्रेकिश वाटर में भी होंगे और फ्रेश वाटर में भी होंगे। तो नीचे तो एग्जाम्पल जो लिए हैं मैंने, स्पॉन्जी और स्पॉन्जिला, आपको पता ही है कि दे आर प्रेजेंट इन दी मेराइन एनवायरनमेंट एंड दे आर प्रेजेंट इन दी एक्वेटिक फ्रेश वाटर एनवायरनमेंट। So if you look at the structure under the microscope, you can see that the body is covered either with the siliceous spicules present होंगे, or the spongin fibers which are proteinaceous in structure. Okay, but sometimes these spicules or fibers can be completely absent. Right? So most of the time they are covered, the body is covered with the spicules or fibers, but sometimes they can be present or they can be absent also. The body is wash or cup shaped, or it can be in the shape of the cushion as well. It just like bath sponge hota hai basically, the spongia. So it is just like a cushion in the shape. Again, like in case of the earlier two classes as well, they have both solitary and the colonial nature. So that is not a differentiating character, right? The differentiating character is the presence of the leuconide type of larva. Alright, so the shape is the leuconide shape. Okay, तो ये वाली शेप अगर आप देखेंगे इसमें ल्यूकोनाइड शेप मिलेगी, कोई इसमें आपके स्पॉन्जियोसील प्रेजेंट नहीं होगी. Alright, so they don't have a specialized body cavity or the atrium, rather they have the leuconide type of body shape. Alright, ये. एंड फाइनली द डेवलपमेंटल स्टेजेस इज दी, जो चौथा लार्वा कौन सा बच गया, पैरेन्काइमुला, और पैरेन्काइमेला लार्वा जो बचा वो होता है डेस्मोस्पोंजी के केस में. इसका एग्जांपल अगेन स्पॉन्जिया और स्पॉन्जिला. समझ आ गया? So this was about the classification and the general characteristics of the phylum Polyptera. बहुत इजी है, समझ आ रहा है सबके?
यस सर।
यस सर।
ठीक है, तो आज हम यहीं पे क्लास खत्म करते हैं, क्लासिफिकेशन और कैरेक्टरिस्टिक पे। मैं इसको अपलोड कर दूंगा, आप वहाँ से डाउनलोड कर लीजिएगा। फिर नेक्स्ट क्लास में हम डिस्कस करेंगे स्पिक्यूल्स, सेल टाइप्स एंड कैनाल सिस्टम इन दी स्पॉन्जिस। तो हमारी कल क्लास होगी, कितने बजे होगी? 2:30 बजे। ओके
ओके सर।